Hi guys, welcome to my runecrafting guide for Double Astrals. So on the screen now is a menu that will show you all the different parts of this guide. So if you click on any of them and it'll take you straight there. So the requirements are on screen. You need to have completed Lunar Diplomacy, you need to have 40 runecrafting for single astrals and 82 runecrafting for double astrals, and you also need to have 69 or 70 magic to teleport back to the bank for the most efficient method. So the items that you need for double astrals are obviously need runecrafting pouches for the most efficient ways of doing it. You also need pure essence, enough to get whatever level you're after. You will need lore runes for the teleports, and also cosmic and air runes to be able to cast the NPC contact spell to be able to repair your pouches. So the route from the bank to the altar is on screen now. The red path is the one that you will take to get to the altar. The green circle is the teleport location, that's where you'll land when you teleport from the altar back to the bank. And the blue big semicircle is where all the squares are, so where lower level players will need protect melee. Okay, so getting to Lunar Isle is relatively simple and you can do it in various amount of ways, all of which are on screen now, and I'll explain through each of them one by one. The easiest way to get there is from Releka. I went from the house portal, so from the house portal you run through the centre and up to the dockyard until you find Locar Sea Runner. Left click and click on travel. He will then take you to the Pirate's Cove. You climb up the ladder and then up the second ladder onto the ship and need to find Captain Bellamy. Left click on him and click on travel and he will take you to Moonclan Island, which is Lunar Island, and then you just climb down all of the ladders and run north up to the bank. Second way is through use of the Wicked Hood. You get this from someone in Birth Rope. So you click on the astral and then click on teleport and that will take you straight to the altar. The third way is through the use of lodestones. So if you click on the home teleport button and then click in the top left hand corner on the moon shaped icon, and that will take you to the lodestone on Lunar Isle. This is one of the few that are unlocked. So the next method is through the use of the Moonclan teleport. This requires 69 magic and is on the Lunar spellbook. Right, so the next one is through the use of the Astral tab. This can be gathered from the Runecrafting Guild and costs 41 tokens. Right, so the final teleport is the Seal of Passage. It grants 1 teleport per day and will take you straight to the same point as the Moonclan teleport. Right, so now we move on to the inventory. Generally I fill up my pouches from the bank like shown on screen now, but you can do it with crossing the bank, but I think it wastes a lot of time. So in my inventory, as you can see, I've got a small, large and giant pouch. In this case my giant pouch is degraded. I'll show you how to do the NPC contact spell later. And you can also see that I have lore runes that I use for the teleports. Alright, so I'm just going to do a few live runs of the double astrals now, just to show you how quick it can be done and what to avoid when crafting here. So if you fill pouches from the bank just like that, then it saves you crossing out of the bank and doing it like that. It just saves quite a bit of time. I don't think it's really worth it, although sometimes you do accidentally deposit pouches. So if you just run straight south from the bank, well, once you've then exited the gate and run to the south of the island, when you get towards the bridge you'll notice that there's quite a few squares hanging around. If you're a lower level player it might be worth using protect melee, but I'm a reasonably high level player so I don't bother. But it's always helpful even for high level players to get some food in your bank, because eventually they do hit quite hard and you do nearly die. So when you get to the altar, just click on craft as soon as you see it, then empty pouches. You still have 1 essence left over, but usually I don't bother crafting that, I just leave it in the pouch because it's not really worth emptying it twice. So once you've finished and crafted them all, just use the tele group Moonclan and it'll take you straight outside the bank. You can use Moonclan teleport as well, but it teleports you further away and doesn't use any less runes, so it's not really worth it. Alright, so now I shall do a speed run just to show you how quick it can actually be done. Alright, so now time for my hints and tips. So use small, large and giant pouch, that's because it only requires one bank to fill up all three. Use the position of the pouches that I've used in this video, especially in fixed screen. It doesn't matter so much now, but it used to save a lot of time when clicking. Use the Telly Other Moonclan teleport, as it doesn't require any more runes than the Telly to Moonclan teleport, but teleports you close to the bank. Have your accept aid off. This can be a real annoyance when doing this method of runecrafting. When other people use the Telly Other teleport and you have accept aid on, it asks if you want to be teleported to the bank. I always have this off, and whilst it can save runes, it can get very annoying as well. Use a Mystic Mud Staff. This is a requirement more than a hint or tip. Mud is a mixture of earth and water, if you didn't know, and will save a lot of runes when using the Moonclan teleport, and it means you don't have to have any runes other than laws in your inventory. And finally, use lightweight armor. This is because it saves a lot of run, and whilst I don't usually run out of run, I only wear minimal gear. But you can have energy potions in your bank, it just wastes a bit of XP. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the XP and GP per hour. So in true runecrafting fashion, the XP per hour is around 22k XP. Sometimes you'll get 25, sometimes you'll get 20, sometimes you'll get even lower or higher than them. It really depends on how fast or slow you are and how many randoms you get. And the GP per hour I found is between 6 and 800k, which is between about 3 and 4k astrals. But again, that depends on how fast or slow you are, and it also depends on randoms. But overall, I find that this is one of the most consistent forms of income in the game. So I just want to mention a final few things before I wrap this video up. The giant and large pouch can be obtained from the RC guild from Wizard Korvac. They cost 50k and 75k respectively. They can also be obtained from the Abyss, but I just recommend going to the RC guild. It's much quicker and much easier. Small pouch is a reward from the Mage of Zamorak mini quest. It is free and can be obtained from the Zamorak mage who is at the altar of Zamorak in southern Varrock. The giant pouch will degrade after every 120th essence, or after every 10th use, and after this 10th use it will continue degrading, holding less and less essence until eventually it disappears into nothing, and at which point you will have to buy a new one from the RC guild or get one from the Abyss. To repair the pouch, you can either do the NPC contact spell and talk to the Dark Mage, you can get the repair runecrafting pouch spell from the Livid farm, or you can go directly to the Dark Mage at the centre of the Abyss and talk to him there. Alright, so as you can see, my giant pouch has degraded. So to fix it, you just use the NPC contact spell to talk to the Dark Mage. So for this spell you need 1 Cosmic, 1 Astral and 2 Air runes. And this spell is, you need 67 magic to cast. So if you just click on this spell and then scroll down and go to the Dark Mage, then if you spacebar through it until you get up to this message, can I have another abyssal book, can you repair my pouches, so actually I can't think of anything right now, so you just press 2 on your keyboard and then just spacebar through the last 2 chats and your giant pouch will have been restored. Alright, so that concludes my double astral runecrafting guide for both GP and XP. So if you liked the guide, then can you please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe. And bearing in mind this is my first guide, so please give me any tips in the comments below, or alternatively can you give me any suggestions for future guides. Alright, so I hope to see you soon for another video. See you guys.